The Pentagon says it will allow transgender people to enlist in the military beginning January 1st. That's despite President Trump's opposition. The president tweeted in July he was banning transgender enrollment. 2 federal courts already have ruled against the ban. Potential transgender recruits will have to overcome a lengthy and strict set of physical, medical, and mental condition to join the armed services. Joining me now to discuss this and other political news is Bob Cusak, editor-in-chief of The Hill. Great to have you back.
Hey, Lauren.
2 courts, now the Pentagon, are bucking the President of the United States. Can the Pentagon disregard his directive? Isn't he the commander-in-chief?
He is, and this is an interesting question, and of course this doesn't come up very often. And remember, when President Trump first announced this, the Pentagon was caught flat-footed. They didn't know what was going on. They had no implementation plans. So I think it depends on if Trump really wants this policy and how hard he'll fight for it, because I just can't remember another situation like this.
But you know, he doesn't have to fight. He's the commander.
Right. He can instruct them. That's yes. So if he feels that strongly, because we know Trump has changed positions from time to time, he could tell Mattis, no, you got to follow my orders.
All right, let's go back to Alabama. We heard earlier in the show that this special Senate election tomorrow is highly contentious. Roy Moore has been accused of sexual allegations. Now, I've seen lots of polling around this. Fox News poll has Doug Jones with a 10-point lead over Roy Moore, but Moore seems to have a lot of support. So what does he need to win this race?
I think what Moore and his supporters have been doing, and the party that supports Moore, have been really making this race about abortion, because Doug Jones is pro-choice. So overall, I think that's a very good strategy. Trump, I mean, there are going to be a lot of people who vote for Moore because they like him. I think there are a lot of people who will vote for Moore, but they won't tell a pollster to vote for Moore. I think Moore is the slight favorite here, but I think polling in Alabama has been, as you said, all of them. You don't know. It's really hard to predict.
Politics has him up.
Has Moore up by a couple points. Yeah.
So it's sort of like the presidential election, where you don't know what's going to happen.
No.
Right. We've been following the vice president's upcoming trip to the Middle East over the weekend. It was announced that that Mahmoud Abbas, the Palestinian president, will not meet with the vice president, and there are others who won't, as we've reported, but it's because of President Trump's decision to move the embassy to Jerusalem.
Right.
So how is this going to impact the political peace process?
Well, it doesn't help, but at the same time, even before this, presidents, including President Obama and others, have tried to get a peace process going and agreed to. And Trump is doing it differently. And there hasn't been the widespread violence that had been predicted. There have been some protests. But I think that the Palestinians almost had to do this just as a symbol.
All right. Thank you so much. I wish we had time to talk about a lot more of these topics. Bob Cusak, editor-in-chief for The Hill.
Thanks, Lauren.